As much as we like to shy away from the topic of mental health and depression as a people, the truth is that people go through these things every day. In fact, it would surprise you if the person right next to you battles with some sort of depression, feels anxious about something, and gets stuck in an addiction phase based on these feelings. The truth is that at a point it begins to weigh down on you. It gets to that point where you have got to acknowledge what the issue is and tackle it head on. This video is from Brainfield, and if you are 30, slightly below the age, or above the age of 30, this video is definitely for you. Do like this video and subscribe to the channel if you find the video helpful. Things you should know and do if you feel depressed, anxious, and struggle with addiction in your 30s. Number 1. You are not a victim. Get rid of that victim mentality. Victim mentality is an acquired personality trait in which a person tends to recognize or consider themselves a victim of the negative actions of others, and to behave as if this were the case in the face of contrary evidence of such circumstances. The bad thing about having a victim mentality is that you do not get to notice what you are until a long while has passed. But answer these questions truthfully. Do you blame yourself for things that happen to you, or do you just happen to find a convenient way to put off all of the blame on someone or something else external to yourself? Do you constantly feel helpless and keep up the complaint tag? The higher chance is that you might be struggling with the victim mentality. Own up your actions and take a decision to take responsibility for your actions rather than blame it all on others. Number 2. You are caught in a self-sabotaging loop. The problem is that you know you are feeling wrong. The anxiety is creeping in, you feel more depressed than you have ever felt in your life, and you seek quick help. The bulk of the problem is with the cheap and quick help you get. Soon after, you are back to where you started, in some cases maybe worse. If you are in your 30s and you feel this way, the solution is not for you to get quick help and get hooked on the quick fixes. The problem doesn't leave because you forget about it for a short while. You can only feel fly for so long till the truth comes knocking. This self-sabotage is not the way out. More so, the more you stay in this self-sabotage phase, the harder it is for you to get out of it. Number 3. It is great to be comfortable with what you do. Let me rephrase that. It is great to derive comfort from what you do. But has it ever occurred to you that maybe your comfort zone is the reason you feel depressed and anxious about too many things? That being in a place that suits your comfort is why you are addicted to the stuff? The comfort zone is mental conditioning where you create and operate on mental boundaries you have set yourself that provide you with a faux sense of security. Everything is secure, at ease, familiar in fact. Nothing out of the ordinary. The bad part of remaining in the comfort zone is that soon enough it becomes your uncomfortable zone, which is why you are depressed and anxious. You need to get out of the limit you have placed in your mind. Leave the activities that make you feel too comfortable and challenge yourself. Number 4. Life is unpredictable, quite alright. And with its unpredictable nature, there are a handful of things that are well beyond your control. You cannot control the actions of others, what others think of you, or how they react to your actions. This cuts across your boss, friend, coworker, family, or anyone else. The only thing you can control is yourself, your emotions and how you react to external influence. If you keep letting the outside world dictate how you see yourself, the cycle of depression, anxiety, and addiction would tarry for much longer. You control your actions, you control your thoughts, and you control your reactions. Let these things work for you, not against you. Number 5. You need to understand that your addiction is killing you. Slowly, but it is definitely taking a toll on your health. The worst part is that even if the action you are fixed on is in itself a good thing, the repetitive action and the fact that it is an addiction makes it detrimental to your health. Your addiction is in fact a pointer to what you should be doing in place of what you're doing. Do you find yourself unmotivated to exercise the duty to depression? Or are you addicted to eating so much junk? These are clear pointers to what you should be doing. Reduce the addiction to laziness by doing 1 push-up a day or making a conscious note to reduce your junk intake. It might be hard, but you need to fight off your addiction. Number 6. The one true way to know how brave and strong you are lies in your ability to admit to yourself that you require help and step out to seek help. You are in your 30s, you see the world passing through your eyes. It is high time to admit that there is a problem. But don't stop there, proceed to find solutions to the problem. You could try self-help books, journaling, or other methods in the books. Or you could head over to a therapist. A therapist would be pretty sure to make you come to terms with your issues. At first, it could get overwhelming, and thoughts to give up would plague you, but in the end, it gets you to confront what problems you have that made you depressed and consciously on the edge. Number 7. One of the clear signals of depression and anxiety is that you find it hard to stay in your head. You abhor the thought of what lies inside your mind, so you occupy yourself with things that would help you numb the feeling. But here's what's going on. Your head is noisy for a reason. The coast is not clear, and the only way your brain can communicate that to you is by screaming. Instead of shutting the screams out, pay attention to the direction of the screams. The depression and anxiousness you feel are offshoots of what your brain screams. Spend time in your head to figure out what is going on and how to move on from it. However, do not do this in a way that would leave you with negative thoughts about yourself. That is counterproductive. The goal is to understand the screams and walk through them. Number 8. What type of approach do you take to living? When you see a glass of water, do you think it is half full or half empty? This question might seem irrelevant, but in the long run, it is what determines if you see life in a pessimistic way or an optimistic way. Life is not a bed of roses, and as sad as that is, what you get out of life is what you put into life. Make it a deliberate effort to be grateful for things. The simple act of gratitude would lead you out of wallowing in self-hate for the one thing that goes wrong and appreciative of the 99 things that went right. This way, you get to leave the depression induced by remaining pessimistic. Have gratitude for things that go as planned, even when you've not got everything figured out. Do not lead yourself deeper into depression. Number 9. If you read 10 articles on how to hate yourself less, the possibility that 9 of those articles talk about loving yourself first is highly probable. The bulk of cases of depression comes from talks of ill love, when you feel like you do not get enough love or attention. But the truth is, we accept the love we think we deserve. While you might think people around do not love you, have you bothered to think that maybe you do not see the love they have for you because you don't believe you deserve to be loved? To accept the love of others, you need to believe you are well-deserving of their love. To be well-deserving of another person's love, you need to first love yourself. Until you have made peace with the fact that no one is going to love you more than you love yourself, you might wallow in the stage of self-pity and ultimately self-loathe much more than you expect. Number 10. Do not let fear rule you. The only thing fear does is make you miserable, and you need to focus on how to make your life less miserable. Do not let the fear of the unknown make you stick around in the familiarity of your comfort zone even when it becomes uncomfortable. Instead of struggling to protect the fragile ego and ideas that keep you in a bubble, know that the world is way bigger than the bubble you are stuck in. There is much more to see, feel, and dream about. More so, no matter how long our time in the world is, it would come to an end at some point. A lifetime is not as long as it sounds. Do not push back on things till tomorrow. Who is to say that tomorrow would eventually come? Value quality above everything else, and do not settle. Once you settle, you might have to carry a depressed spirit around for a very long time. Here's a bonus thing to note. Taking charge of your life will not be easy. If it was supposed to be easy, you would have not found yourself at this stage of your life where you feel confused, tired, angry, and anxious about everything and anything. Taking the reins back is tedious, and it requires that you are fully on board with the decision for it to work. Don't forget that the only thing you can control in the world of disappointments is yourself. Control your thoughts, actions, and reactions in a way that your emotions work for you and not against you. If you liked this video and you consider it helpful, you can share it because someone close to you might need these words. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ciao!